I'm attempting to fly the huge coastline of Britain in just 1 week in a small single-engine plane, together with my friend Philippe.
My plane, my plane, your plane. Oh, no, your plane. Oh, your plane. Our plane.
We set off from Brighton Pier on a Monday morning and have just 5 days to not only fly the coastline as accurately as possible,
this is where the whales are,
but along the way to also try and stand on the eastern, northern, western and southern extremities of mainland Britain.
Northerly point, done.
Success.
In the last episode, we flew to Wick in far north Scotland so we could pick up a Scottish hire van.
That's right.
And drive to the most northerly point of mainland Britain. We then left Wick once more and flew around the beautiful Scottish coastline through some pretty ugly weather.
Yeah. What do we think?
We did some impromptu whale spotting.
Philippe has been eagerly keeping an eye out for more whales
before flying up Loch Ness and back to our home for the night, Newhall Mains, which is where our adventure starts today. But if you watched the last episode, you'll know we're in a bit of a predicament this morning. We're in a bit of a predicament this morning because our objective is to get to the most westerly point of Great Britain. We've done east, we've done north. Today we're going to go out and do west. Well, we're hoping to go out and do west because we're going to fly to a place called Oban on the west coast of Scotland, and from there we were going to pick up a hire car and drive to it, plain and simple. But as we've discovered, if you leave booking a hire car to the last minute here in Scotland, there's not as many cars available. In fact, there's none.
You know, it's a challenge because it's last minute and we need one today. So I've called a 4x4 hire company and they're going to call me back, see if we can get a Defender.
Which unfortunately never actually worked out. So instead we had breakfast.
Breakfast time.
But it was as we were having breakfast that Philippe actually took a phone call from the guy who was going to rent us the 4x4, who knew someone else who was a Scottish pilot who may or may not have access to a helicopter. But the trouble was we had no idea who this other pilot was. There was no guarantee that they were actually going to come and meet us, and we had no idea that they could actually fly us out to the westernmost point anyway. So armed with very little information, we decided to jump in the plane, head over to Oban, and see whether anyone would turn up to meet us there.
Stripes. You know, they even put stripes on the runway of this place. It looks good. It's like a manicured golf course. It's cool. Okay, on the brakes. Power's coming up. Power's caught. Full power off the brakes. But just keep an eye on the car. Keeping an eye out for the car. I'm ready to abort should we require. Alright, front wheels off. And up.
Terrain.
Thanks, man. You've been great, Ewan. Really appreciate all this and beautiful spot you've got. We'll see you soon.
Terrain. Pull up. Pull up.
Golf Echo Sierra, there is a Tomahawk just to the south of you, indicating 2,600 feet northbound.
We're visual. Golf Echo Sierra, well clear.
Golf Echo Sierra, report your aircraft type, point of departure and destination.
We're a Cirrus SR-20, point of departure is Newhall Mains, destination Oban. Golf Yankee Yankee Echo Sierra. Black Isle? That's what this is. That's what they call it. Oh, it's called the Black Isle, I didn't realise. Or at least that's what it says on the address of the hotel. There you go. But it's not an isle. And it's not black. Otherwise we'll be quite disappointed with the way that we've chosen our trajectory around it. Oh, that's true. We wouldn't have to go there. We would have had to go coastline. But no, we're rejoining today, that's the point. We're rejoining back where we left off yesterday. That's true. At Oban. I don't think it's an isle, look. It's connected. As clear as maybe they call it an isle to increase the value from maybe. Yeah. It's like, oh, come and live on the isle. They wanted to be the Emerald Isle, but it was already taken. By the leprechauns. By the leprechauns. I think that's the wrong country. Is it? Yeah. What is the that's island? Leprechauns is an Irish thing. Yeah, isn't Emerald Isle? Yeah. Oh, but because we're in Scotland, I thought you meant they'd call it the Emerald Isle. Oh, right. It's early, Philippe. So I've decided just to lift off from Newhall Mains back there. We're going to fly our way down, Loch Ness again, same way we came up yesterday, going to head back down to Oban, land at Oban. We've kind of formulated a bit, Philippe's formulated a bit of a rough plan for us. We did a lot of calling around this morning. We were tacking it from all directions. Yeah, exactly. So lots of emails, lots of phone calls. We've looked at cars, we've looked at my least favourite mode of transport, which is boats. Wait, it's your Yeah. It's your least favorite?
Yeah, I don't like
in all of our conversations in the last day about how we got there, and I kept saying boats, let's harass all the boat operators.
Yeah.
Never once did you like, actually, yeah, but fear of water, don't know how to swim.
It's not a fear of water, I just don't like boats.
Did they give me an immersion suit?
Yeah, oh yeah, I should take the raft with us. We're just going to see if this will work, but Philippe's been calling someone who had a friend who knew someone who may be able to work out a mode of transport to get us out to the westernmost point. We're going to go to Oban Airport to meet them, and fingers crossed, if this works out,
it'd be pretty cool.
It's going to be very cool.
Traffic pattern will be, let's have a look at the Poulis plate. So during easterly winds, aircraft may encounter wind shear, wind turbulence on departures and finals out of hours, helicopter activity by air ambulance, police, Coast Guard, okay.
Yeah, we're pretty much straight down the runway. Straight in approach would be nice. Visual straight in.
Oh, you can't do a straight in because there's a mountain on 19.
Well, let's cancel that request then.
Yeah.
Good morning, Oban, Golf Oscar Hotel Alpha Sierra, inbound from the south and looking for airfield information.
That dude.
Call sign again.
Name's Charlie.
That's our man.
Alpha Sierra, Robinson R66, inbound from private site.
So I'm going to aim, I think, for this sort of holiday park.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Go for it.
In Golf Echo Sierra, we are joining a right base for runway 19.
Sierra, surface wind 250 degrees, 7 knots, runway 19 land at your discretion.
19 our discretion, Golf Echo Sierra.
I've just seen it come down at 80 now.
Oh yeah, well this is, you're spot on, man.
Golf Echo Sierra, 180 back traffic 8, Charlie.
180 and then off at Charlie, Golf Echo Sierra.
You know, I think this is actually going to work out. We weren't sure if this was going to happen until we heard the call sign in the air. But our new way of getting from here at Oban Airport out to the most western point is directly ahead of us here.
Sierra, Robinson R66, part 81, requesting start. Golf Alpha Sierra starting, and I'll give you my information on where we're going shortly.
We initially thought that Charlie and his Robinson R66 helicopter was just going to take us in a straight line from Oban out to the westernmost point of Britain. But how wrong we were. Charlie is one of those pilots that didn't think twice about helping out a couple of fellow aviators in their time of need, but he's also one of those pilots that just loves to show off aviation and what you can actually do with it. So we buzzed castles, we flew around local townships, low over the water, alongside dramatic cliffs, and had such a unique look at this beautiful part of Scotland before eventually reaching our destination and touching down ready to set foot on the westernmost point of mainland Britain. The things I do. So after one of probably the most fun trips I've had in an aircraft for a long time, it's now a 3-minute walk across this little boggy headland to get to the very privileged position of standing on the westernmost point of Great Britain after you've been flown here by a legend called Charles in his helicopter. What a life. I am so lucky to be able to do this kind of thing. I really am. I feel a little bit emotional, to be honest, that I'm up in the air flying again. And the people in the aviation community are so wonderful that a phone call one morning means that they bring their helicopter to the airport to meet you, bring you up here, and let you achieve one of the things that you never thought you might be able to in life. And that is stand on the westernmost point of the mainland of Great Britain. And it's right here. We made it.
We made it. This is the point. Arrived in style. I mean, the hardest one to get to.
By a long way.
We made it seem easy.
So east, north, and I didn't know if this one would be possible, I'll be honest, but west as well we've done. Can anything top this?
Well, completing it, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We still have to get to Lizard Point.
Oh, a little bit of behind the scenes then. Guess I'm walking. Just 30 miles.
This ship is rolling.
Engine temperatures and pressures are in the green. Full power. Airspeed's coming up on both.
Wow, I didn't even feel when we left the ground there.
That was nice and smooth. Up because there's a giant hill in front of us. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do in and out of every single little cove and nook and inlet. Otherwise it's going to take us the rest of the week just to get to Blackpool.
Yeah. You can see the stat of the... What was your stat? The coastline of England is more than Australia?
Yeah, if you draw out the outline of the Great Britain and then extended it in a straight line, yeah, you get further than England to Australia in a straight line.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
After leaving Oban, we continued tracing the coastline down the west of Scotland, but it was here that we did the worst bit of corner cutting I think we did in the entire trip. No, actually there's a worse one coming up tomorrow, but we'll get to that. Because the weather didn't look particularly good ahead, because it had been a long day trying to organise that helicopter ride, because we were both tired, because fuel was a bit of a concern, and for a number of other reasons, we decided to cut off the entire Mull of Kintyre. The Mull of Kintyre is that sort of phallic looking bit that dangles down from the southwest of Scotland, and it easily would have added another hour to an hour and a half's worth of flying for us, something we just really couldn't afford this late in the afternoon.
We could just cut right across there.
I want to cut it all off.
This is the short way.
That's the Mull of Kintyre, isn't it?
Sorry, Campbelltown.
Sorry, Campbelltown.
Yes, looking back on it, it would have been nice to have gone round it. Yes, it means our outline of Britain isn't as good as I'd like it to be, but do I have any regrets? Absolutely not. Pilot fatigue is nothing to mess around with, and fuel planning can be quite difficult sometimes when you're not flying in straight lines. So to err on the side of caution and to make sure we landed with enough fuel, yes, we cut out the entire Mull of Kintyre. Sorry, Paul McCartney.
When was the last time you flew around this tip of England here? Because you're about to do it. It's going to blow your mind. I've decided that I wanted to go to that lighthouse at the end. I feel it's important for some reason.
Cool.
And lighthouse, you see it?
Wow, I mean come on, man.
It's pretty, isn't it?
That's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. Whilst we have been avoiding some of the inlets and coves on the way down here, because there are a lot of them in Scotland, I don't know why, but I just felt it was really important to fly around this one a little bit more accurately. We've also shortened a little bit the distance that we're travelling in this second leg today, so we have a little bit more time. And because it's so beautiful, like it's just cleared up now, it's just nice to meander a little bit more slowly down the coast. So, yeah, loving this part.
You were doing a good meander job.
Yeah, if there's one thing this nearly 50-year-old can do, it's meander. Meander.
At least for once I have a bit of land on my side. Even if it's on the other side of the bay.
You do.
10 miles away.
Alright, well when we do our circumnavigation of Australia, we'll go clockwise.
Yeah.
We'll go clockwise and you can sit left seat.
Let us no doubt what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is very pleasant flying doing it this way. We haven't got above 1500 this whole leg. How long have we been flying for?
3 days.
Well, no, not like full time. So we've been going for, well, this one's been 1 hour and 36, and we had the flight this morning, plus it's getting a bit late in the day. But what's it time for? Today's snack is this giant fruit rolled up thing, which I'm sure is 99% sugar and 100% fun. Oh, look at this.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's like a Danish pastry made out of fun.
Call Aberdeen approach 119.055.
This is delicious. One thing we must be careful of as we eat these giant yo-yos is there is some restricted airspace and a danger area coming up ahead. The restricted airspace which we're going to be flying, because we're flying over the top of, is Sellafield, which I think that's a nuclear power station. Yeah, it is. You can see it just ahead. But there is a danger area which unfortunately has just the edge of the danger area, like one that we've flown through before, which does jut inland. So we're just going to duck inland a little bit as we do that. But apart from that, today's been pretty good coastal flying. We've been in and out more of the coastline, around more of the headlands. Yeah, I think we've done pretty well in terms
Beautiful.
And it's been sunny and beautiful.
And we were in a helicopter.
Oh, it's been a good day.
Golf Echo Sierra, Scottish.
Ooh, that's us.
Golf Echo Sierra, go ahead.
Golf Echo Sierra, Scotland Security, contact Wharton radar 129.530.
Scott Security 129.530, Golf Echo Sierra, have a great day.
You too.
Let's film the nuclear power plant.
Yeah, that'd be great. Great content.
This is what everyone this is what everyone subscribes for.
Wow, look at that. Sellafield is huge.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Golf Alpha Victor Mike Delta will leave on.
Wow, look at how tidal this all is here. Should find a shipwreck. We haven't had that on the list.
No, that's true. There haven't been any shipwrecks. It's surprising the amount of coast we've flown over. Yeah, Morecambe Bay, Morecombe.
That's what this is.
And there's a statue of Eric Morecambe on the seafront. You know, from Morecambe and Wise? You're shaking your head. That doesn't mean anything to you.
That's a British speaking a whole other language.
This is British comedy royalty, Morecambe and Wise. They were brilliant.
Your random bits of knowledge astound me.
Golf Echo Sierra, we are now on base and visual with the one ahead.
Golf Echo Sierra, Roger, report final number 2. That traffic is for a touch and go.
We heard and we'll report final. Thank you, Golf Echo Sierra.
Amazing. A little bit high, but it's a long runway, so.
Yeah, we get off on the taxiway, the first one there. It's quite far.
Golf Echo Sierra, if you taxi to main apron via Alpha, you will see a yellow gyrocopter parked just to the eastern side in the fuel farm. And if you park in the box just to the south side of that, please.
Copy that, Golf Echo Sierra.
Bye, Yankee, Echo Sierra. See you tomorrow. But before telling you about the huge day of flying that is coming up tomorrow, you can see from the flight tracks today that after we made our way down from Newhall Mains to Oban, and after our brilliant helicopter ride, we managed to trace a good portion of the western coastline of Scotland and into England, eventually making our way down to Blackpool for flight totals today of 135 and 545 kilometres. That brings the totals for the adventure so far to 2,974 kilometres. But we're really going to start adding to that mileage tomorrow, because after a night in sunny Blackpool, our objective is going to be to fly as much of the remaining coastline as we can, all the way down to the very southwestern tip of mainland Britain. It's a long day of flying with again some more bad weather, some pretty amazing views, and a destination that neither of us have ever been to before, and to be honest, neither of us were expecting to actually get to. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you want to keep following the fun, then don't forget to click on that subscribe button. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Extreme Britain.